Hello, hello. I am so glad for you who are clicking on. Boy, we got a great message today. We got a great message concerning what we love the most about God, being children of God. And guess what? What are some of the simple things that matter the most to God? So, hey, you guys, if you tuned in, if you clicked onto this channel, we are going to get into it because there's a great message that has been placed in my heart today. And y'all, we just going to simply talk about what really matters to God. What really matters. Sometimes we get into a lot of fancy and foo-foo and a lot of make a big deal out of things, and sometimes it's really just the small things. It's simple. It's a simple path, and it is simple. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's a simple, direct way to God. But guess what? We're going to talk about what we love about God as children of God. What we love about God as children of God and what really matters. And what I love personally the most about God is that His love is unconditional and that He gives us grace and mercy even when we don't deserve it. And many of us definitely, look, if he didn't give it to us, we definitely would not receive it otherwise. Yes, because if it was left up to others, if your fate, if your eternal salvation was left up to the world, if it was left up to other people, a lot of us already know that we would not make it, and many of you would not make it. And that is why I am so glad that God has the final say over our lives. Yes, yes, yes. So this gonna be a good message, y'all. But before we get into it, you know what I have to say. If you have been watching this channel, I hope that you jump out of bed or you jumped out of bed. You step on the enemy's head, put him under your feet, and give yourself the advantage to start your day. Yes, yes, yes. And that's only after you opened your eyes and you realize that you still here and you rejoice in the day that the Lord has made. You rejoice in this day. Yes, that's how we do over here, y'all. This channel based off of Revelation 12 and 11. They overcame by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of their testimony, because we are helpers one to another. Yes, yes, y'all. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. And we gonna get into it. But guess what? That's one of the reasons, one of the great things about God is that his love is unconditional. He gives us grace and mercy even when we know sometimes we do not deserve it or did not deserve it. And I am so glad that he is the only judge, the true judge of our lives, of your life. Yes, nobody else is the judge of your life. So guess what? No matter where you came from, no matter your past, no matter where you came from in your life, no matter what you might have done or think you done, or know, some of you know what you did. Some of us know what we did back in the day. What we did, we was wrong. And baby, we was wrong and we were strong in it. We were strong in our wrongness, okay? Or sometimes, it's not just what we always did. Sometimes it's what we didn't do. Sometimes it's things that we know we should have done that we didn't do. Yes. And those things, some things we did and some things we didn't do, those are the things that causes our lives to get off track. Yes, and a lot of times we run ourselves into more trouble and into more problems and into more situations or even situationships that we would not have had to go through normally if we had stayed on track, or if we didn't do some of the things that we did. So a lot of things that we have gone through in our lives, yes, some things happen in our lives, but some things, because we got off track, and we put ourselves through more than God intended for us to go through. But guess what though? What are we talking about in this message? We talking about the goodness of God. We talking about his unconditional love that he gives his children, those who follow him and seek him and believe in him. And we talking about that amazing grace, and we talking about that mercy that a lot of us don't deserve, but because God is our judge, he is our judge, he has to say so of our life. He grants us this because the world wouldn't give it to us. The world would not give it to us. Okay. Yes. But listen, let me get back on track. But what we did not get right in our past, what we didn't get right in our past, it doesn't matter. It is in your past. And you know what? Some of us, and some people right now are still struggling. You still, everything ain't in your past. Somebody is struggling right now as we speak. But guess what? I need for you to know. I need for somebody to know, and I don't know who it is, but God knows, because that's why I'm speaking about it. I don't know who it is, but I just want to let you know that God knows all. God knows everything. God sees all. And he already sees you. He already knows whatever it is that we did or didn't do. He already knows it. Y'all, he knows it already. Maybe a lot of people don't know everything that we've done in the dark or things that we are ashamed of, but God already knows it. He sees it. He knows. Yes. So you don't have to be ashamed, and we don't have to be afraid. At least not with God. That's the beautiful part about it. With God, we don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be ashamed. Now, people is a different story. Yes, that's a horse of a whole nother color. Please believe me, y'all. but, but when we choose to follow, him, y'all, that old stuff does not matter. It doesn't matter. What you may have done, whatever it is you have done, whatever it is you used to do, it is dead. It is dead. He wants to, if you allow him, he wants to wash it away and then forget it. See, God is not like the world. You know, you can do something in your past and people will say they forgot about it. But as soon as they get mad at you, or as soon as you slip up, they'll bring it up and throw it back in your face. But see, God is not like that. When he washes it away, when you give it to him and he washes it away, he forgets it forever. He forgets it forever. And see, y'all, it doesn't matter anymore. Because with God and through Christ, y'all, some of you already are, and some of you can be. If you want to be, you can be a new creature. You will be considered a completely new creature with God. Who else gonna do you like that? Who else gonna give you that grace and mercy and just let you start anew? Nobody but God. And yes, you can do it. It's nothing that has been done, nothing that you have done that you cannot be. If you want it, you can be considered a new creature. Yes. And for those of you who have already chose to follow God, you are a new creature. Yes. You are spiritually new. Look, outside may still look the same. The outside can look the same. It can look the same. But your mind, your heart, they're different. And guess what? God considers you new. He considers you new. And guess what? Ain't nobody mad but the enemy. And ain't nobody going to try to keep you stuck. Ain't nobody going to try to keep you stuck but the enemy. And y'all, the enemy, this can be in whatever form. This can be in any kind of shape, form, or fashion, including people. Including people. If they allow themselves to be used, it can be people. But all that matters is when you decide to change yourself. All that really matters is when you decide to change yourself. That's all God wants, is for you to choose, and to choose him, and to want to change. See, y'all, this is what really matters. This is what is pleasing to God, is when you decide, when you are ready to change yourself. Yes. And for those of you who have already changed, then you want to grow. When you decide to grow and when you decide to continuously strengthen your relationship, that is what matters to God. Yes, when you decide to change, that is all that really matters. And all that matters when you change is how you think. It's elevating your mind. It elevating your mind and thinking on a higher level, thinking on the higher things of God. That is what you want to do. And then on top of that, when that heart decides to turn, when that heart is filled with that love and that kindness, and you have that heart after God, yes, that's it. When that way where your mind goes, that heart gonna follow. And where your heart is, your mind is there. It's like heart and mind on one accord. And that is all tied into your spiritual walk. That is tied, y'all. I'm getting so hyped up. I'm trying to keep it calm. That is tied into your spiritual walk. And that is how you become that new creature. But you have to choose it and you have to want it. That is the only thing that God ever needs an invitation for from us. Somewhat of permission, if you want to call it that. But it's an invitation. He needs an invitation. He wants an invitation into our lives because he's not going to force himself. He will not force himself. He wants to be invited. He wants us to have a real, authentic relationship with him. So therefore, that is what really matters to God, is that you invite him into your life and to be the head of our lives. That's what he really wants, y'all. That's what he really wants. And guess what? Your past does not matter. No one can judge you. And when you decide to pick up your cross and you decide to follow the Lord, guess what? Guess what? Your past is behind you. It is completely behind you, and you are a new creature. And nothing that you done, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if you turned your life over and you've given it to Christ, then he has washed away those sins, and it is time for you to start anew. Now you want to start new, and you really want to try to live righteous, and you want to be obedient, and you're going to strive. You're going to strive to do that one day at a time. Every day, but one day at a time now. One day at a time. You're going to strive. And guess what? Holy Spirit going to be there with you every step of the way. And guess what? The best part about this message is, the best part about it is, no matter what you have done, it could have been something you just done up until yesterday. It could have been something you just done up until this morning. If you decide and you ready to change your life and give your life over to Christ, it is in the past and you are a new creature. And all that matters, not how you started, not even what you're doing right now, but when you change and you decide to become a new creature, it is going to matter how you finish. How you finish. That's all that matters, is how you finish. So now, y'all, all that matters, all that matters is what you do now from this point. So make it count. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. Listening. Yes, yes, yes. And guess what? I would love for you guys to subscribe. If you get anything from these messages, if it helps to encourage you in any way, subscribe. Subscribe. Join the family over here. And guess what? Share the video. And also like it. Because I think when you like it, I think that helps to get it in rotation. But you know what? At the end of the day, God is in control. And guess what? If it be 1, if it be 10, if it be 100 that watches this, then God still gonna get the glory. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all have a better blessed week.